this is, all these are old topics, so if anybody's still listening, thank you. But DeAndre
Nobody's
Brown,
listening. I promise you. There'll be
well,
about
we're gonna cut these
10
off.
minutes worth of listens.
But DeAndre Brown, the guy from TikTok who got viral during COVID, because he's, everybody doesn't know he's a black gay man, so you might recognize him. But he made all those at home videos, working from home, relatable videos. And he's known for that viral sound, like "Don't let my class fool you." Like, I love a good hit jam. He made like he was saying how he's like a classy man, but like he will act up with the hood music still. Like, he went viral for that. And what I want to talk about with this real quick is like, you have somebody like DeAndre Brown who came up when he was relatable to everybody. Like the work from home stuff we all relate to. He was at the regular, and the thing is too, it's funny because people say they can relate to him, but a lot of people still couldn't relate to him when he came on the come up, because he was working in like investment banking, like the stuff we were talking about earlier. Like, this man was making way more than six figures at like 2021. Like, he was. So you guys already couldn't relate. So I don't understand why they're so mad now. But relatable. We work from home, like Gen Z / millennial, like dealing with the teams, like making all the funny like team videos, like rubbing your computer like to wake it up while you're taking naps, like the funny stuff. So when people can relate to you, it's like, he's so funny. We rooting for you. Like, when he started getting followers, like, yes, like, you're coming up, we rooting for you. But now that he's actually come up to the point where now he doesn't even have to work that job anymore. Like, he's able to be a full time influencer, move to LA, I think. Makes all his brand, he had the LinkedIn deal, the Microsoft deal. Now all of a sudden people are like, oh, he's elitist, because now he's making, like, he made a TikTok saying like he feels like if you have a birthday dinner, that as the birthday person you should be paying for everybody to eat, because you making them come out to eat on your birthday. I'm like, that's not a hot take. Like, that makes sense. I don't agree, but I'm like, that's not a crazy opinion. Like, I'm like, what if you don't have money and like your friend's mad at you if you don't go to her birthday dinner? Then pay for my dinner. Like, you want me to celebrate, but you didn't pay. I don't agree with that. But people were so mad about that, and now it's just like this.
Don't you invite people to a wedding and pay for everybody else to eat?
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
same shit.
Literally the same thing. It's not a hot take. That's why I was like, why everybody so mad? Like, I don't agree, but that's not a crazy mindset to have. Like, you don't have to. People don't have to do anything for you. If they want to, then yeah. But at the end of the day, realistically, the expectation should be on you. You invited me out. I didn't want to go to this. If your friend plans a dinner for you, then yeah, that's different. They're gonna pay for themselves, and you. But people think that you should always pay for the birthday person. Like, if you're out to dinner for them, that they invited you, that you should still pay for them to eat. And that's what he was basically saying. Like, no, you shouldn't. But so people, he made that video. I don't know if he made other ones. So now you have all these people that were like, oh, he became so elitist. Like, he's this, he's that. When first of all, his content was always really like,
It always
it
was.
was always about being elite. Like, his whole thing was like, the elites. My Versace robe. I'm a 6-figure investment banker, and I make this much money, and my dog, like, he had his little dog, like, oh, my dog is bougie, doesn't want to hang out with your raggedy dogs. Like, he was always just like the funny, kind of fake elitist, but might really actually feel that way. But I feel, it's all satire, I feel like. But now people think that he actually is that because his money is different. Now he's at a different level. So once you elevate, people all of a sudden now see you as the enemy. Like, oh, he perpetuates capitalist mindset. He's so elite. Like, he's so elitist. And like, it's just like, you guys are just haters. Like, in my opinion, I think people start to hate on you. Like, once you're no longer relatable to them, they hate. And I feel like everybody experiences that on a low level if they elevate in some ways. I feel like, I always got to tie it back to my relatable life. But I feel like, for me, for example, I feel like when I was the goofy friend in high school, like, most of my friends were in National Honor Society. I wasn't. My friends got into good schools like, Rutgers, Penn State. I didn't really get into like a top school. But then we get to a point, where you're no longer the goofy funny friend. Like, you're elevating. Okay, oh, you got your bachelor's. Oh, you got into grad school. Oh, you got your master's in a year. Oh, you got a job at a Fortune 500. Oh, you live in a luxury apartment. Oh, you got a brand new car. So now it's like they look at you like you're no longer that goofy fun Mal that we all knew growing up. Oh, you think you better than us now? You think you better than us because you got your little master's and work at Prudential. It's like, whoa, no, you think I'm better than you, and that's why you couldn't. I feel like a lot of my friends that I've had in the past couldn't cover up that they felt the way. So that's why they're no longer in my life. And realistically, I don't think they would have been even madder now. Like, if you guys were mad about a bachelor's degree in grad school, you would have been sick to your stomach now if you were still my friends, I feel like, personally, because people just be hating. And that's why I feel like with DeAndre Brown, when you're no longer relatable to people, it's like now you're an influencer who lives in LA, and like you're no longer people feel like he's no longer one of us. Like, he doesn't work in the field with us. He's so far removed now. It's like, but you guys are responsible for that. You gave him the views and the likes and the shares, and now you're mad that you no longer relate to him when he's still him at the end of the day. Like, he's still producing the same content he always did. It's just that you now have this preconceived mindset that you think he's just this alien to you because he's not in the same range anymore. And people are just like psychotic. Like, it's like the same cycle. People build these people up, and once they see them making it, like, they're not genuinely happy. I feel like that they actually made it. They're mad now. So I just think it's annoying, like seeing the switch up. It's like inevitable. It happens every single time. Every single time, people are gonna find an issue once they're hating on you. And I think it's just a life lesson for us all. Like, I think it's not a coincidence. Most people lose a lot of friends in their like early 20s to like 30s. There's no coincidence, because during that time, you got the people that just don't go nowhere in life. And you got the people who are literally like up and beyond, so far from like where everybody started. And instead of people seeing that as like, I'm happy for you and that this is still the same person, they see you as like this alien almost, like you think you're better than them. Like, they just start coming up with these things. Like, I even had ex-friends that said that I thought I was like better because I was in a sorority. Like, oh, you got your sorority sisters now. I'm like, whoa, that's your perception. Like, 'cause now I have more people in my life that I have to like you're no longer just like my only person in my life. Like, I have other people now that I need to like allocate time to. And now you have this mindset in your head that I abandoned you in some way to hang out with like my new friends, you know, like some type of crazy like mindset that people just get of you now when you're like when you do different things and elevate. It's just sad, honestly. But I'm still gonna support DeAndre. People are haters and weird, so yeah.
Yeah.
Anything you want to close it? Anything? Cause this is like the last topic. So
Nope.
Do you feel like you experienced that though? With like,
no.
You don't think people switched up when you start doing like better things?
No.
Maybe it was I think men deal with it too, but I think girls deal with it more.
Nah, in all honesty,
Cause men honestly sometimes seem like they're more supportive of each other. Women seem more competitive for some reason.
no, I can't point to anything specific. The only thing that I would say, and I hate talking about myself in this way, but the only thing I would say is maybe not a switch up, because I can't think of anybody specifically, but I can tell when there's like when there's been an intimidation factor with things that I have done or do. Like, you can tell when people are looking, right, and paying attention to certain things that you do and where you're traveling to.
Mm-hmm. The traveling is the biggest. Like, oh, you guys are rich and your life is great. It's like,
yeah, like that kind of stuff. Like, for me,
$1,600, not rich.
For me, I always look at that stuff as being like I said this before, like I don't take any compliment or any sort of like highlighting of something that I'm doing in a positive way. So if there's anybody watching that knows me, don't say anything positive to me, because that just like it portrays negativity to me, like in my opinion.
It just be the way people say it.
Because there's nothing that's ever a compliment, right? To me, like no compliment to me is really has ever usually come across as being something like genuine. Usually it's because there's some underlying thing that person isn't doing that is the reason why they're giving the compliment. So for example, if I get a new job or something, or if I travel, let's say I travel to let's say I go to the Maldives, right? Like next week. I'm going to get comments about, oh my God, it's so beautiful. I want to travel there. This is my bucket list. Like, all that stuff is not like a genuine compliment to me, because all it's doing is pointing out to some underlying thing where either you feel like you're not making enough money to go do that, or you just aren't you haven't had the ability to go there, and you're trying to place yourself in my shoes because you want to be there. And that to me is like what's underlying, and it comes across that way to me. So to me, those compliments there's never like a real genuine compliment, right?
Especially when the compliment turns into them. Like I had a coworker who could afford it. Like, she makes more money than me. But like when she was like, "Oh, you went to Dubai," like, "Oh, that's so cool," and then like quickly is, "Oh yeah, like me and my husband, like we wanna travel." Like, I mean, I don't think it's not always necessarily underlying, because you just be trying to relate. But it's like, It's
It
like,
is.
yeah, we're about to get, like, we just been, cause now it's like, I didn't ask. Like, it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, we've been struggling cause like the wedding is up and now that we're settled down and COVID's over, like, we're going to start having more. Like, I didn't ask why you wasn't traveling. It's like they're overcompensating to explain why she hasn't been to Dubai yet.
Yeah. Like I didn't ask. Like I
Yeah.
didn't.
It's like, I just went cause I wanted to go. Like, I'm not competing with any of you guys. Like, I just want to go.
Yeah. I don't take them well because it's usually not like it's never a like, yo, Dubai is or yo this picture looks cool or like I like the way you took this picture.
Yeah, it's
It,
never that. It's always, oh, I really want to
I want to
go.
go there. This is on my bucket
Yeah, like
list.
if this, oh
I
my god,
wish I
this is
could have
my,
went.
yeah,
I'm
like, oh
jealous.
yeah, yeah. It's
That's
never,
not a
it's never just like, oh, you look great. I hope you're having fun.
yeah. That to me is an actual compliment. If it's
If you gotta bring yourself up, it's not a compliment.
like people that I know and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going there. It's like, oh fancy. Oh you got money. Oh like you going to Dubai. Like that to me is condescending, and I don't like you. Like if you talk to me that way. Because it's a negative thing. Like it is. Like first of all, you're judging me. You think that because we're in the same job role, even that I probably don't even, and I've been there for a shorter time. You probably feel like I don't even deserve to go. You're probably jealous because you would want to go, but you can't, and you probably won't. Like, and it's not even like an elitist thing, or
This
that
is
I think I'm
people.
better. It's just,
You're younger too. Like people
it's
also
just
do that. Like you guys decide to have kids and have bigger responsibilities. Like not my fault. Like
no.
I'm using my money to travel.
This is coming from people that don't have kids either, which probably makes it even worse. Like, I don't
Well, it's
know.
because they have higher expenses everywhere else. Like it's like then live in Jersey. Then they want to live in New York, but then be mad they can't live in New York and go to Dubai.
Yeah,
Then live in somewhere
yeah.
cheaper.
So I can't think of someone that's switched up necessarily, but I do think there is definitely, and it's always been like that. I feel like there's always been that sort of intimidation factor from other men
And
that
it's
I've gotten.
sad because you feel it. Like for me, it
Yeah,
didn't happen until literally like college because
but
I just started looking better. I got a boyfriend. Like I
and
was always a single friend, virgin, didn't have a boyfriend. Now look at me. I'm like probably the only one out of all my like childhood friends with a stable actual like relationship.
and what made it worse is that the women like amplified that so much.
It's the woman more. That's why I think women go through it more. Because even with the
I mean,
DeAndre situation, it was all women that were saying that stuff. It wasn't men.
yeah, I mean like with the men feeling away, I feel like it was the women that made the men feel that way.
Because the pressure that's put on men by
Like
women.
they would highlight certain things, and it's like, or literally tell them, oh,
Oh, like
you
what we
should,
went through.
yeah,
So yeah, like
like
oh,
you
like
should be
Alex,
like this,
yeah,
and
like
like
oh, grow your hair out like Alex, or we're like oh, you should get into like fashion like Alex. And now it's like now they hate you because their girl keeps
yeah,
comparing.
no, I didn't even do anything. So those are the only times where it's been like people switch up and don't like me,
And it's sad because at the end of the day, all you're doing is
and I
being
just be
you.
chilling.
You're just being you, and like I don't. The competition thing is so crazy. Like people don't realize that hating on other people and all that stuff is not gonna do nothing to make you feel better. Like all it's gonna do is probably hold you back more because you're so focused on everybody else that you're not even focused on your own life.
Yeah, I'm like the most chilling person ever.
Literally.
But that's it. Like never had anybody like be cool and then it's like, oh, you getting too much money now. Haven't had any of those
And I don't
specific
think
things
anybody ever specifically cuts people off for that reason, but it's like it's almost like they find things out of nowhere
to make.
to make themselves feel better, like that them cutting you off is valid. Because realistically, for my last group of people who I always talk about, like that are linked to this, realistically, like you guys cut me off, I didn't talk to you for like a month or 2 months. Meanwhile, I was going through my own stuff at school. You're like that was your excuse. Oh, you haven't reached out. You don't even know if I'm going through anything right now. Like you're gonna cut all this off because I didn't reach out, or are you just mad because I graduated college on time, got into grad school, and started my first like full time job in the same week? Is that why you're mad? Is that why you're trying to cut me off? Because it's too much for you? Because you feel like, oh, she's not on our level no more. She thinks she's better. Because everything went downhill once I became an AK. And then right after that, it was like a domino effect of like now you find a reason to. Because why now? I'm the same friend forever. Like I've been the same, but all of a sudden now you think these things are problems because after I became an AK and then graduated like a few months later. Weird. And then tonight even congratulate me and then try to use that excuse. So because and then one of them even said like, oh, I didn't congratulate you because you probably wouldn't have responded. Like, you're crazy. You're really crazy. Like, you're just a hater. Like, just say that. If you mind, just say that. And then, you see those same people, what they be up to. It's like, well, that's why you mad. Like, because you still not even doing nothing. You still not on nothing. So, yeah, people need to stop hating. Hating don't do nothing for you except make you look weird and make you spend so much time hating that you end up being miserable and dying miserable. So I'm happy for DeAndre. I know this little he tried to do an apology video and people were mad at his apology video because he was wearing a Versace robe in his apology video about like being elitist. I think he did that to be funny, honestly. And I'm more power to him because he deserved everything that he got and he didn't ask for the fame. You guys gave it to him at the end of the day. So to hate on somebody because you feel like they're no longer at your level is lame.
I'm not gonna go deep into this again because I said this before, but like, if people want more money, why don't people pursue either more money or majors in which you make more money?
Because my conclusion is that people want to take the easy way out. Nobody truly wants to work as hard as everybody who has money has worked. Like, if you want to take celebrities as an example, yes, there's an element of luck to it, but those people also work really hard. Like, for these concerts to go as smoothly as they do, these people work. For these songs to hit, like these hits, some people are just really good at it, but they still work. They sit in those studios for hours and hours and hours. These people that make really good money, the lawyers, the doctors, the engineers, people, finance, they work hard. Like, they study this stuff. They go through a lot of schooling. People, that's why scammers exist. People don't really want to work. Like, they want money and they have pipe dreams. They think like, oh, if I manifest, the money's gonna magically fall in my lap. Nobody truly wants to actually work hard for money. I think that's the thing. Like, people think that getting a degree in something that they know don't make money magically is gonna make them money. I think it's like delusion. Truly, I truly do. Like, you gotta be delusional to think that certain degrees was gonna give you that lifestyle when the information is out there on the internet. But people want the easy way. They want to go to college and they just focus on the partying. And I realize you can balance it. It's possible to balance it. Some of these Ivy League schools, they know how to party. But then when it's time to get to those books, they be in those books too, right? Like, but a lot of people don't have that discipline or that they don't know that you could balance it. So they go through life very last days to go and think that that's gonna make their money magically, and then once it doesn't happen for them, they play damsel in distress and play victim, and all of a sudden it's Biden's fault and the government and Balenciaga's fault. It's everybody's fault. Like, oh, Balenciaga thinks we stupid. We gonna spend our hardworking money on this? No, they don't. They're not thinking about you. Like, you see how I'm trying to wrap everything back in.
Thank you guys for watching.
No, but like, that's really truly how I believe. Like, and so then they get mad at other people when it works out for them. And they say, why me? Why not me? Because you wasn't in the field. You wasn't. Lazy.
Anything else?
And that's really it. Because even, like, real quick, if you want to use us, for example, like...
Oh, Jesus.
No, I'm saying, we have work tomorrow, but we're here right now doing this. Like, most people wouldn't be doing this right now. They'd be laid up somewhere, eating donuts. Like... But look what we're doing. We spend our last, like, almost 3 hours doing this. Like, and, if whether it leads to something or not, I would feel comfortable knowing that I tried. But I don't even need this. Like, we got high-paying jobs to go to tomorrow. Like, I'm good. But people don't even do this. They don't even do the simple stuff. Like, they'll be like, oh, I'm making a business. And then, like, nothing really happens after that. Like I seen this one person who said they was making business. And all they did was start the Instagram page. Never hasn't posted anything in, like, 5 years. So it's like, I think a lot of people will, like, who, those are the people who really want money. Like, those are the people who really are struggling in real life. And, like, they'll just throw out these ideas, but then nothing comes from it. And I just feel like a lot of people truly don't have that drive, determination, and strength to get the money that they really want. Like, they rather sit and daydream about lifestyle instead of actually working towards it and thinking that it's just going to magically happen. Oh, if I manifest and get some rocks and sit and pray by the rocks, then I'm going to be rich. Like...